Two strangers walked into a bar, and they walked out with their own radio show.
I've never been with a man before.
Looks like I'm the boss now.
He's Derek.
The world is your oyster. Just shit on it.
She's Romaine.
I've got a handful of shit.
It's Derek and Romaine.
2.0, bitches.
Well, there you go. Look at Romaine actually picking a reasonably non-offensive.
Don't get carried away, Derek. Come on. Calm down. Calm down. I'm trying.
I know. You're very trying, all right.
I know.
So glad to have you all with us for another fine episode of our show. We have a great guest coming up in a few minutes, Jim Caruso of the long-running Cast Party show here in New York City. Is going to pop by our studio in just a few minutes. But it is a summer of interns here at Derek and Romaine. And we have been inflicting our show on all of our interns one at a time.
Yes.
And joining us now, our latest intern that we're going to get to know is Jonathan. Jonathan, it's nice to have you here.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Okay, so you, I think it's safe to say that of all the interns we have this summer, you are the shyest, it would seem, or quietest, let's say. Is that how you see yourself?
Yeah, I do see myself as pretty quiet. It's something I want to work on, but...
Well, you're in the right environment for that.
Or the worst environment for that. We're not really sure. How is it going so far, though?
It's going pretty good. Yeah. Everyone here is pretty nice. The other interns, you guys...
I mean, you can tell the truth. Do you hate any of them? Because...
Or us, it's fine.
It's all right. We understand, honestly. Sometimes we can be a little unbearable.
No, you guys aren't unbearable. You guys are great.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. Now, tell us a bit about yourself. You're a college student here in New York. Tell us a bit about yourself and your major. What we need to know about you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I go to City College of New York, Grove School of Engineering, the engineering school that's part of that campus. And I'm a mechanical engineer major. I've been in that major for I'm going on my 5th year now. And I'm going to be graduating in 3 semesters.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah.
So
now,
the end is in sight.
What made you want to do an internship here? Because we do recording engineering, not quite the same thing as what you're studying, but why here?
Well, at first...
He didn't want us. What he's trying to say is he did not want us.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know.
Initially, we were given 3 choices, to choose our top choices for internships. And then I wasn't hearing back from the people in charge of it, SYEP, and I didn't hear a response for a while. It even past the supposed start date, which was the 6th of July. And then I saw that you guys accepted me, and I was like, I'm curious to see how it'd be working here. So I was like, okay, I'll just give it a go. And it was a pretty good decision.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I mean, look, that's a relief. So
for us.
Well,
he doesn't hate us.
We
Yay!
want, for us, we want it's sort of a twofold thing with the internships. We want a good, positive experience that the takeaway that people who intern with us is that they felt enriched by the experience. However that shows up for them personally, whether you made friends or found the work interesting or, it gave you something to do, whatever your personal sense of enrichment is, that's important to us. And then if people are majoring in something where what we do is directly related, we hope that they're building valuable skills out of being here. Now with you, you're a mechanical engineer. And so we knew there might not be as much here that would align with your major. But you had done some other internships before. And I felt based on your previous internship experiences that we would have things to do for you here that you were at least already familiar with, even if it wasn't directly in your major. So is that how you feel like the last 4 weeks have gone?
Yeah. The stuff that you offered me was pretty similar to what I had to deal with in my previous internships. And then Romaine stuff. I'm sorry, Derek.
Is more fun.
But her stuff was more interesting.
This isn't exactly surprising because the stuff that I work on that I've given you guys to do as interns is like the fun creative stuff. Like it is like the fun projects. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but that also reflects Derek and Romaine. Romaine gravitates to the fun things, and then Derek has to go and do the boring things that Romaine doesn't want to do.
All true.
So, of course, because normally when we have interns, they work on projects with Romaine. It's very rare that we have interns that actually work on anything that takes something off of my plate that I do. And you're really the first intern that has done that. And you can see for yourself that my behind the scenes life here is very dull.
Is it dull? Is it really boring? You can tell the truth.
Is Derek's behind the scenes?
His stuff, is it boring?
You can be.
The only thing that, okay, maybe a little.
Right?
But
this is why I don't like doing that crap. I'd much rather be playing in the studio.
But somebody's got to do it. It has to get done.
Not me.
True. But I do appreciate the phone call screening thing because I felt like that just helped me get used to doing something new like that I would probably do in the future.
So for people who don't know at home, so you have been calling DNR travelers and going over their reservations and getting information from them, which in actuality, I agree, this skill set is very good because making cold calls to people you do not know, you've never talked to before, is very intimidating. I mean, I remember when I had to do it years ago at a job I had, and I fucking hated it because this is me. We're talking about me, who's outgoing and all this, and I never liked it. But it's really good to learn how to do it because you'll use it in your career more times than you think.
Yeah, I mean, you do, as an adult working in the world, you frequently have to call people you don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And chat with them and try to work something out. With all of the stuff that we do, a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, we have to coordinate with the cruise ship, with host hotels, with event spaces. We're going to Dollywood in September. So I got to talk to people I don't know. Hey, I've never been here. I haven't seen this hotel. I haven't seen this venue. You got to tell me about it. You have to engage with people on that level. And I did make a promise to you that you wouldn't need to sell anything. Because I think having to cold call people for sales is terrible. That sucks. But this was really just people are already booked on a cruise. You're just calling to check in with them, see if they have any questions, and and if they want to make a payment on their cruise, they can make payment. But really, normally we should be doing this kind of thing, checking in with people, because there's usually a year or longer between when somebody books a cruise and when they actually go. So we should be checking in with people at the midway point. So the fact that you were here, I thought, well, I'll have Jonathan call people, and we've never done this before. So how did it go? Because I had said most of our listeners were nice, but how were they really? No names, but how were they really?
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part, yeah, they were pretty nice. One person was pretty, the interaction with him was pretty funny because he was surprised that DNR was calling him.
That we had our shit together.
We definitely had. There was definitely more than one person who was surprised that we were actually reaching out, which shows you how little outreach we do normally between when people book and when they actually are going on the cruise.
Yeah, and then there was another person. That interaction wasn't so good. They were pretty annoyed when I called them.
One of our listeners?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
me. I hope that's what you said.
And by the way, I know who it is. And I was like, oh, yeah.
I can't wait to find out.
I think they were having a bad day.
Well, we
Most
all have those moments.
likely. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, Jonathan was like, I talked to, because I was like, how's it going? Well, I talked to someone and they were kind of mean. And I was like, what?
Oh, no.
But it wasn't too bad, was it, right?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. Dang.
It wasn't like he was angry at me specifically.
No, I mean, I'm sure he was angry at me for having you call.
Wow,
But,
Derek. Wow. Way to just throw our poor intern into the lion's den.
I know. But mostly you just got voicemail, right? Because most people will not pick up their phone when a random number calls.
Yeah, that was pretty surprising. There was a lot of voicemails that I just made instead of getting like actual calls.
That's because people are smart. They screen their calls.
Maybe. But I did get a lot of emails. Hey, did you know somebody is calling and pretending to be you from your office? I was like, yes, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Our listeners are always shocked when our business operates as a business. I think that's the number one surprise that people will have about us when we are remotely business-like. Because usually we're just flying by the seat of our pants, barely holding on by our fingertips, as you've seen from your day-to-day interactions here. Okay, so Jonathan, tell us a bit about the other interns here and what it's like, especially, frankly, while we're in here doing our live show. All the interns are in the bullpen area.
Working, I say in
And I'm
quotes.
very concerned that there are shenanigans going on.
There are shenanigans.
So tell us about the shenanigans that we're missing out on while we're in here,
spill the tea.
quote unquote, working.
Well, I'm pretty sure by now you're aware of the video of Rafi on your Instagram page. Yeah. All I did was I helped with just catching the vacuum when he was just moving it towards me.
Okay, so you just had to manage props.
Yeah.
Okay, how did that go?
Well,
Did you ever expect that during your internship, this would be the kind of activity you would be witness to?
no.
And does this make your internship the best internship in the whole wide world?
Yes.
Yeah, how do we stack up with the other internships you've had?
Definitely much better. Is much better than just like, sitting down at a computer and just like typing documents or whatever.
Yeah,
You mean the thing that
I mean,
do?
Yeah.
you still kind of do that, but there's still more.
Yeah, at least we have some
But
fun.
we do. But I did tell you. I was like, look, if you start burning out, let me know. We'll have you do other things. And there have been
Yeah,
other
yeah.
things. Yeah.
So I know tomorrow that you and the other interns are going to be recording a DNR intern show, like a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you excited or nervous about it? Because I know you're a little shy and the other interns not so much. So what are your thoughts going into this project?
I'm actually like a little bit of both, like maybe a little more excited.
Ah, nice.
So yeah, I actually can't wait until we start recording that.
Well, I'm excited for the listeners to hear the intern show because we have quite a cast of characters.
Yeah, we do.
So it should actually be a pretty fun show, I think. I mean, who knows?
Well, I mean,
honestly.
we'll all find out when we listen to it on a future date.
Yes.
Now, Jonathan, what have you told your family about your internship while you've been here for the last month?
I mean, nothing really. I just mentioned, hey, I'm working at a radio, a podcast talk show, pretty much. And yeah, they pretty much didn't care, I guess.
Wow, good
They
job.
sound
They
very
really care
invested in
about
your
your, yeah.
I mean, my younger sister, she's kind of doing like the same program as me. She wanted to switch places with me because her job is like just typing essays or proofreading essays for some high school students. Yeah.
That's terrible.
That sounds horrible. So
Yeah,
you're
this
like, ha ha, sucker!
Yeah, this is better than that. Okay. Jonathan, what is your favorite thing about this internship?
My favorite thing, like what I learned or like what I did or just
Interpret the
anything.
question however you like.
Yeah.
it's probably just listening to like some of the crazy stories that AJ has. I'm not sure if, I mean, most of you guys listening probably know who AJ is, but yeah.
Yes.
Swish.
Swish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, his stories are pretty crazy. Like he had a crazy life when he was younger.
As opposed to now, when it's not at all crazy. Okay.
It's
I
less
mean-
crazy now.
Yeah.
I've heard many a Swish story,
Well,
trust me.
We're all less crazy now. Okay. All right. So hearing other people's stories, AJ.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what is your least favorite part of the internship?
Derek's project.
No
Okay.
leading the witness.
Maybe, but I mean, honestly, it's probably just maybe my me just waking up early because I suck at like trying to fix my sleep schedule constantly.
Okay, so getting up early sucks.
Yeah,
And what time do you come to work on most days?
usually like 11.
Yeah,
or,
that's getting
like,
up early.
If I had to be here at 11, I would have to be awake at like 8:30 in order to be here at 11.
I know.
Because I have such a long commute.
I'm the same way. I get up
So-
every morning at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I'm in the car and on my way by like 9:30.
Yeah, but you have an unbearable child. Like you have other issues and concerns that make you have to get up early.
No, I have to get up early so I have enough time to get ready for work.
Okay. All right. Well, you have to watch an hour of Love Island.
Well,
You have
that's
a lot of
true.
things to
I
do.
have to watch 1 hour of TV because
And-
otherwise I won't wake up.
Right, exactly. There you go. Okay, now let me ask you about the snacks. How do you feel about the snack situation here as part of your internship?
It's horrible. There's beef jerky shortage.
How dare we? How dare we, Derek, have a shortage of the beef
The
jerky?
beef jerky went so fast. Like it usually goes fast, but it went so fast this summer. And you are not the only one to express frustration at the beef jerky shortage. Okay, well,
Wow.
Our listeners, they get the snacks off of our Amazon wish list. So something tells me after they hear this, there'll be a flood of beef jerky. But by the time they hear this, your internship isn't going to be over. Because, it's almost over, right?
Yeah, unfortunately,
See?
next week.
So, what has been your favorite thing that you've learned at like project or thing that you've done? Like, have you had a favorite thing so far?
It was most likely the soundboard, learning the soundboard. It was pretty fun, just working with the other interns to figure out how to troubleshoot it. And I mean, it's much better and much more interesting than constantly learning about boilers and stuff like that.
So I imagine, though, with your engineering background, because of all the interns, you actually picked up stuff pretty quick in terms of signal flow and routing inside the studio. Do you think it had a lot to do with your actual education and what you're learning?
I have absolutely no idea.
Because you were pretty good at it. I thought you were very fast at troubleshooting. And by the way, I'm going to tell you this, but you can't tell the other interns. Next week, we're going to do another troubleshooting day, but we're not going to tell them. I'm just going to spring it on everybody. So you might want to study up.
He needs the least study.
I know he does. He's actually pretty good at it.
Okay, so has your internship here, since it is soon coming to an end, which we're all sad about, but with your internship coming to an end, I have to ask you, has this altered your perspective about your major or future employment plans in any way?
Somewhat. I would probably consider doing stuff with maybe soundboards, maybe. So, yeah, that might be one thing that I can consider.
Okay, all
He
right.
definitely enjoyed learning about the boards.
All right. Well, we should have you do more of that before you leave. We don't want you to waste your time here.
Tomorrow they're going to be recording their own show. Maybe he'll be able to help with the soundboard on that.
Okay. I guess we'll find out. All right. Well, do you have any last words that you want to give to our listeners or to us while it's being recorded?
In addition to beef jerky, maybe throw in some Rice Krispies treats and maybe some Twix bars.
All right. Rice Krispie treats and Twix.
I love it. It's all about the snacks, Derek.
It really is. All right. Well, Jonathan, it's great having you here. I'm glad you're enjoying your internship, or at least that's what you told us. And I hope it's true. But you've done a great job. You're a hard worker. And as long as you had a good time and you feel like you got something out of the experience, then we're thrilled. So good. Yeah. All right. Awesome. All right. Well, there you go. That is our intern, Jonathan, one of our many interns here at Derek and Romaine all summer long. And we hope you enjoyed getting to know him. Our Amazon wish list, there's a link on derekandromaine.com if you are so inclined to send snacks for our desperately out of beef jerky interns.
Ridiculous.
It's a crisis, apparently.
Seriously.
Yeah, check it out for yourself. Okay, coming up next, Jim Caruso will be with us from Cast Party. That's next here on Derek and Romaine.
DNR 2.0.
Well, it's summertime, and we all are ready to get out and hang out with our friends and have a good time.
Oh, my God, Derek. I literally was just doing this over the weekend. I went down to my neighbor's house, and we sat around their pool, and they had a cooler, and it was filled with Miller Lite, and we were just lounging in the pool and drinking our beer, and, it was just delightful.
It's a great way to get together with friends and relax and really enjoy this beautiful summer that we're having.
And I'll tell you what I love about Miller Lite, though, Derek, is that I could drink a whole bunch of them and I don't feel all bloated because it's a light beer. So you just feel comfortable and good, and you can just really enjoy yourself without feeling overwhelmed and heavy and bloated and bleh.
Well, we don't want you to feel heavy.
But some beers will make you feel that way, and it's not fun, especially on like a warm day. So like you want like a cold beer that's something light and makes you feel good, and you don't have to worry about all the bad side effects. Whoa, nobody wants that. Trust you, me.
That's right. So whether it's doing a river float or lounging by the pool or hanging out by the fire pit, Miller Lite is a great way to spend your summer with your friends.
That's right. It sure is. With great taste and only 96 calories, Miller Lite is brewed with beer lovers like me in mind.
And you can even have Miller Lite delivered right to your door. You can go to MillerLite.com/DNR to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's always Miller time.
So make sure you celebrate responsibly. Miller Lite Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
That's right. And don't forget to go online to MillerLite.com/DNR to find delivery options near you and pick up a Miller Lite and enjoy your summer responsibly.
DNR 2.0.
Derek here along with Romaine, and joining us now in studio, Jim Caruso is back with us, the host of Cast Party, the long-running show at Birdland here in New York City. You can get information at birdlandjazz.com, and of course you can find him on the web, jim-caruso.com, and he is Jim Caruso and the number one on Twitter, because he's number one on the charts and in our hearts, Jim Caruso.
Derek and Romaine, right? I'm so happy to see both of you. It just does my heart good.
It's good to see you. You were one of the earliest guests on our original show when we launched. And so we have known you for a very long time. But this is apparently your first time back with us certainly in our new space. So it's nice to see you.
It's so good to see you. This is so fun. It's like old home week.
It kind of is.
I've known you a long time.
Yes. I mean, I remember going back to the cast parties so many years ago. It was so fun.
So fun. And guess what? Still fun.
I believe that.
What the heck?
So I'm dying to ask you about them because so many Broadway stars, were on hiatus for all these months. So were the cast party, now that we're back and the world is opening up and we can go do things like the cast party, how excited are these Broadway stars to be just to get up and perform again?
It was, our first week back, which was in July. I forget even what day. July 5th, maybe? Yeah, July 5th. It was like New Year's Eve. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if there would be people there, if they would be terrified to come out of their homes, masked in beekeeper outfits and hazmat suits. The place was jammed. It was sold out. We had way too many singers. It went on for 3 hours.
Oh my God, amazing.
It was so joyful. For me, it was very touching. Just to see those faces, Broadway stars, jazzers, cabaret legends coming in, up-and-comers that truly we don't know. It was thrilling. It was just great.
So for people who've never been to a cast party, explain what it is, because it's fascinating, and you just never know who you're going to see.
That's true. Cast party has been like the place for show folk and the people who love them to entertain each other at Birdland for now 18 years. Hello. I was so young when we started doing this, and I'm so old now. But everybody's been rubbing elbows and entertaining each other at the Baby Grand for so many years. It's an open mic night / variety show. I hate to say open mic because we've all been to so many really rotten.
This is an open mic, but not like any open mic you have ever been to.
Well, thanks. I mean, that's what I try to tell. First of all, the band.
People actually are so freaking talented. Yeah. It's redonkulous. Let's just start by saying that.
I need that on a bumper sticker.
You don't see bad performers at a cast party. You see the best.
It's kind of true. We've had the great good fortune of celebrities. I'm thinking Ariana Grande, Darren Criss. Liza was an early proponent and came in every week. Natalie Cole, Marty Short, thinking just incredible superstars, along with chorus kids from Broadway shows and people that are playing Birdland that want to promote their band or up and comers or people off the street who just walked by and saw that it's an open mic night. And they're terrific.
Yeah, I definitely think, I have a niece who wants a stardom. I wouldn't know what that's like. And but I feel like, if you have somebody in your life who thinks, I wonder if I could be on Broadway. I wonder if I could make it to New York. I say, go to Cast Party at Birdland, and you will see how insanely talented the people are who live and work here in New York City, because it is really next level talent.
It is, but here. Don't let that scare you. I mean, there are as many up and comers that come in through the doors, that just have some sheet music and a dream, and that's part of the fun. Is that it can be Charlie Puth, who is now a superstar, who used to come in as a kid, and then the lady that wrote the song about her feet from Comac, Long Island. That you go, I wonder what makes her think she can follow Charlie or Liza or it's like, well, okay, but that's kind of the magic of it all. It's very democratic. If you want to get up on a stage, this is the place to do it. And there's always a supportive audience. There's a host, that would be me, who is supportive and not snarky and sarcastic. And it's a really upbeat evening of entertainment. And that's what I like best, is that it's a supportive night.
I haven't been to the cast party in a really long time, but I just remember when we used to go, just thinking, wow, this is what makes New York so special, because you can go out to the Birdland and you can, just show up and get a couple of drinks and just sit back and watch what happens. And it's spontaneous. You don't know who's going to show up on that, next to that grand and who's going to sing. And they literally walk up with some sheet music and there you go.
And we're off and running.
And it was just magical.
It is weird. I mean, it's a weird thing. That first night, we had, I've when the pandemic started, I took the show to virtual land, and it's still called Pajama Cast Party. And I know, get it?
I love that.
Because people were sitting on their couch and or their bed. And so we started to get all the Broadway stars, and Kristen Chenoweth was one of them. She has this incredible educational thing every year out of Oklahoma, where she's from, at the Kristen Chenoweth Theater, called Kristen's Broadway Boot Camp. And it's all these young kids that love Broadway and love the Great American Songbook or whatever. She introduced me to a kid that she brought on to our virtual show named Joel Crump. He's 11 years old, the cutest kid in the world. Somehow he made it to New York for our opening night.
Wow.
So there's this kid singing Magic to Do, people weeping, so cute, so talented, so great, followed by Marilyn May, who is 93 years old, has been singing in clubs since she was 18. She has a huge career still. CBS this morning just did another feature on her. She had a record of being on The Tonight Show 76 times. I mean, she's still funny. She's still hip. So that those two people can be part of this experience for an audience that basically just walked in off the street is thrilling to me.
And you're like the grand poobah that just brings it all together and makes it happen.
Well, I love introducing audiences to great talent. A friend of mine just called me a yenta-tainer. I like that.
I like that.
Because
Nice.
I love introducing people. And if you would have told me that I would have had this weird show business adjacent side gig and it would turn into such a big part of my life, I would never have believed it. I've never been to an open mic night / it's what I do now. It's become such an important and lovely part of my career.
Well, and you have apparently had somebody on Cast Party who is close to home here at Derek and Romaine, which I did not realize until you walked in the door here. But one of our interns, Rafi, apparently twice has done Cast Party. I saw some clips that he has saved in a special place on his phone.
I love that. And he can sing.
He can.
Yes.
And he can write. And he looks like that. I'm sorry. He's a star.
Not really sure what you're sorry about with that. But he did. He performed some original material.
Yes.
But as the host, you really never know what you're going to get.
Never. We did it last night. I showed up right now we're starting at 8 o'clock every Monday. That will change to 9:30 in September.
Right.
I had 0 names on my list. 0. And we ended up with 23 singers.
Wow.
I would say 90% were fantastic. Maybe 10% was okay, good for you. Nothing horrifying.
Right.
But, it was a great show. It went on for 3 hours.
Wow.
I didn't know. I would say 50% of the people who showed up. It's nervous making.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Only my dry cleaner knows how nervous making it can be to not know, to be putting a show together with people you've never met.
Well, and I have to ask, so when Broadway shut down, a lot of the people who perform on Broadway just left town. Yeah. Like they just were like, the chorus boys and girls gone. And now I assume they're slowly making their way back, the ones that will return. So are you excited? Are you nervous about what's going to happen with Broadway now that it's reopening? Is it going to be the caliber we're used to? Better? Worse?
Absolutely. I'm not nervous. I'm nervous about... Of course I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm nervous that the city's health stays great.
Sure.
And that we are not all being crazy going out and doing the things that we're doing, without masks. And I do worry about all that, certainly. And I worry that maybe shutdowns will happen again. That's the worst thing that I can imagine
Sure.
right now, with everybody planning, making big plans, including all of us at Birdland doing 2 shows a night upstairs and downstairs at the theater. I just have to be optimistic and think that the talented people will be back in town working, and I understand why they left. If I would have had a place to go, I might have gone too. But I love this city so much, and I know that so many people do. That New York is my only home, and I think I know the good people will be back, and we'll get work, and we'll be putting on great shows, great Broadway shows, great cabaret acts, great concerts. So I'm optimistically nervous.
Yeah, New York, there are live performance things that go on in every city, but it is such a major part of the experience of New York.
Oh.
And it isn't just because we think about Broadway as sort of the marquee part of live performance here in New York, but there are jazz clubs like Birdland, comedy clubs. There's Shakespeare in the Park. We have live performances that go on in all of our boroughs at every level here in the city. And I think that for a lot of us who love being here in New York, because we have so much talent here that perform at every level and every opportunity, that you really, when the shutdown happened, you really feel like that missing.
Ooh.
Like, I'm sure a lot of people were feeling in the lockdown like, oh no, I can't do the things I'm used to doing and all that kind of stuff. But it's such an integral part of New York.
Yes.
These sort of our communal activities of coming together in these performance venues. And that has really been missed for the last year and a half.
It's just felt so quiet. No music, no laughing, no laughter, no comedy clubs. I mean, and the strength and the fortitude of that show business community is so invigorating and inspiring to me. It's the strongest community. They're resilient and they're tenacious, and I'm so proud to know so many of those people. It just touches me. And once again, show people save the world. They will keep entertaining us, and they will keep. I mean, I know for myself, I'm not putting myself on the level of some of those extraordinary talents, but it's all I know how to do, and it's all I want to do, is to look out and see a crowd of, what do we see at Birdland? 150 people laughing and just enthralled at some of these people we're putting a spotlight on. It's thrilling, and we do it every Monday. And tonight Susie Mosier's there. I know you know Susie with her show, The Lineup. It's going to be packed with more talented people and more loving audience. And I've never felt this. What's the word? Just kind of loving and hopeful about the talent that I get to work with. I feel very honored to be able to work with them for that very reason. They love it so much.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, and also, I mean, I think so many performers. I mean, we're old hams with big egos, but
Well, but count me in.
But the core for a lot of performers is that this is what gets them up in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, they love it, and for a lot of performers, they don't care where they're performing. What they want is to perform. This isn't about stardom. This is about, I love performing. I love singing. I love dancing. I can't imagine myself not being this person.
It's the connection that you get with an audience. And whether it's a Broadway house, whether it's Radio City Music Hall, whether it's Birdland, a teeny tiny cabaret that seats 60 people, the size isn't the point. Are you connecting with somebody? And Oprah says everybody just wants to be heard, but it's so true. You just want to tell your story, whatever that means. And it's a very lovely thing to be a part of year after year after year. And it's healing. I'm sorry.
It is.
It's just healing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you are there at Birdland Monday nights to tell these stories and to let people tell their stories, including our intern, Rafi, who
Yes.
I assume next time will be shirtless there because he was on our Instagram and he sang there. So
Really?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
missed
You
that.
tell him to take his top off next time he shows up at cast parties.
He will. He'll just rip it
Yeah.
right off.
Just telling you, he will.
Maybe there'll be a nude cast party at some point. That'll be nice.
Oh, God,
a
that'd be
birthday suit
Yeah.
cast
That'd
party.
be
Yeah.
awesome.
I will not be invited to host that event, but still, I don't know.
The host does not need to be naked.
No.
It's all right.
I think
No.
that would be frowned upon.
Always great to see you. Thanks so
Oh,
much
you
for
guys.
popping
Thank
by.
you, thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. And Cast Party, it's going on Monday nights at Birdland. You can go to birdlandjazz.com for tickets and information. And you can find Jim on the web. Jim-Caruso.com is his website. And Jim Caruso and the number 1 on Twitter. Jim, thanks for being with us.
The best. Thank you, guys.
And thanks for listening to Derek and Romaine.
Can't get enough of the show? Follow them on Twitter at DNR Show or like them on Facebook.
And don't forget to tell your friends to subscribe to DNR 2.0 at derekandromaine.com.